Hey, boys and girls, it's me, Miss Morgan. I'm from home now, and it's Friday, and this is the day y'all are supposed to be going up to the school and getting your equipment so you can do school from your house. So I'm also going to be doing school from my house. So in a minute, I'll show you my art studio. That's where I am right now. But what I wanted to talk to you about is getting ready to work from home on your artwork. Um, I know it's going to be a little bit different and uncomfortable, but I wanted to give you some ideas for setting up a place somewhere in your home that you could work on stuff. So I haven't always had an art studio. When I was a little girl, I had nothing like that. I would just use a corner of my room and put some supplies there and go be alone and do my art. So I'm just going to kind of explain to you the best place for you to work on your stuff on these projects that I'm going to be giving you, okay? So number one thing you need to look for is you need to find a happy place. It needs to be a place that's quiet, if you can get a quiet place, away from people in your family, and maybe just a little corner or a chair or somewhere you can get away. It can be outside, although it's raining right now, but just find a spot that makes you happy. And it doesn't have to be the same spot every time. Sometimes I go outside. Sometimes I go to the nature preserve or the park or in a different room in the living room. Maybe I don't feel like being in here. I want to be with my family, so I go work in the living room. But this is just my best place to work. It's my art studio at home. A happy place. I like to keep my place bright and colorful because I love color, so color inspires me. So when I see it, it makes me want to do something. Something quiet, something comfortable. You don't want to go to the park and sit on a rock and do your artwork because your bottom's going to start hurting. Find a spot that feels good, that you're not going to want to move away from, that you're going to want to spend a lot of time there working comfortably. And also, you need some supplies. I know y'all might not have a lot at home. If you have a pencil and a piece of paper, that's fine. A lot of time I do art. If I don't have paper, I'll find the cereal box. When I'm done eating cereal, I'll keep it, open it up, and use that cardboard to draw on, or anything I can find. Just start thinking before you throw things away. Can I use this as an art supply somehow? If it's blank and empty, that's a canvas. That's something you can use to create on. Or if it's not empty, if it's got pictures, you could cut stuff out of that and make a collage or something. But anyways, just have some sort of supplies around so you don't have to get up and down. You can just get comfortable and begin. So first thing, make a happy place. Also, have things around you, like I usually have my coffee or a bag of popcorn or something like that, to where I don't want to be getting up, taking a bunch of breaks, because once I get in that zone of creating, I don't want to stop. I'll sit there for hours and hours without eating just because I'm so comfortable and happy creating. That's called getting in your zone. You want to get in your creative zone, almost where the whole world just sort of disappears because you're in a whole nother planet of creating things. That's how I get. So, second thing is to surround yourself with inspiration. Now, this is super important. I already told you that I make my place colorful because that inspires me. And you know, in the art classroom, I have tons of posters everywhere. I keep posters everywhere around the room because the designs, the colors, or sometimes what the posters say, a kid will look at it and it will make them want to draw. The design might give them an idea. The words might make them feel inspired. But I have to be surrounded with inspiration. Two important things about that is, I'm going to give you a peek at my computer real quick. Let's see. I have a computer in my art room because when I'm creating my art, I'm pretty much always listening to music. Music is a huge part of my creative life. Ever since I was in first grade, like as long as I can remember, when Madonna and Cyndi Lauper and all my favorite singers from the 80s were popular, I grabbed onto it. And they were my source of inspiration. That was what I did to get ideas. And I would listen to what these people were saying and get ideas for stuff, or just get charged up and pumped up and get ready to be positive. So I always keep my playlist here. It depends on what I'm in the mood for. In the mood right now for my Christian playlist, because when things are kind of going creepily and I get a little bit worried or anxious, this is what calms me down. I don't even know how many songs, but I've started this playlist about 8 years ago, so it's got over 100 different songs on it. And I'll just sit here and play this and listen to it while I'm working, and I might get a whole nother idea while I'm working. So music is super important, but that's not all I listen to. I also have folksy stuff that inspires me to work out, just whatever. So, but that's what I'm going to be doing today. Oh, and by the way, on YouTube, there's a channel that's called Tabby Annie, Tabby space ANNY, and there's a picture of me in the circle. That's where I post any of my art videos, and I'll probably be posting this to there. So if you need another lesson or something, it's probably on there. But just a warning, I'm not super good at video making because I don't know a lot of tricks and stuff like that, but some of them are sideways or even upside down. So just please forgive me for that. I need some extra training. The other thing I keep open at my computer is my pin board. A long time ago, they used to have boards that they would put on their wall that were made out of cork, which is something that you cut out pictures out of magazines or things like that, and you pin them on the board. Well, Pinterest is like a digital pin board. When you see an idea for something on the internet and then the next day you forgot where it was, instead of forgetting where it was, Pinterest is a really good place where you can put that image on it so that whenever you need the idea again, you need more inspiration, it's right there on your pin board. So I get ideas and I need to find them again, so I will put them on my Pinterest board. This one specifically is art inspiration. If I want to make art, but I don't remember what I wanted to do, I go here, and being a visual person, like if I see something, that inspires me. So I just sit here and I just look at this. And sometimes it might be multiple pictures for one idea. Like for instance, I want to make a poster of an artist's brain, but I want it to look scientific. So I keep all these scientific brain pictures here for me to do that when I'm ready to start. And I'm not ready to start on that yet. So I keep it there for filing. So these are all pictures that inspire me. Some of them I've already used. Like for example, this one here. It's a protest hand. And I use that to do this picture. It says unite and create. And that's kind of what we're doing right now. We're uniting in a hard time to create. And it doesn't matter what color you are, what your health status is, how rich or how poor you are. We just have to get together and we have to make stuff because it makes us feel as if we're not alone, that we're in this together. So boys and girls, we are in this together. It is a hard time and a little bit scary because this is something new we've never done. But if we just keep going together and making art, even though we're not in the classroom, it's going to be okay. It is. So just keep going and don't just sit on your couch and play on your iPad and whatever. Keep moving and keep learning. This is a really unique time for us to unite and find out a whole bunch more about ourselves as people. So that's just an example of how I use images from my pinboard to help me on my art. Let's see. I have a lot of art around the space where I'm at, but I can't seem to find anything for that. But that's not really important. You can just see, oh, here's one. I really have a thing about moths, and over spring break, I made this painting right here. Actually, I made a couple paintings, but this one is a light bulb, and there's moths flying all around it. Moths are attracted to light, so to me, I feel like I need to be a light for other people to be attracted to, and when they are attracted to me, I'm going to share my faith with them, or I'm going to share my ideas with them. And then when they touch me or get close to me, a part of me will rub off on them. So these moths are lit up. They have that brightness to them. This one does not, because it's flying away. It's choosing not to absorb the light. But boys and girls, moths eat clothes or destroy things. Like they'll take your favorite shirt and make a hole in it from eating it. So that's kind of representative of people who depend on worldly things like money or their health or things like that are not really going to last forever. We can't really depend on that. We have to depend on the light inside of us and what's inside that's going to take us forward, okay? That's pretty deep, but here's another one. Oh, this is perfect for a project I'm asking you to do. This is it doesn't really look like me, but it's supposed to be an idea of me, of when I listen to my music and I kind of get in my own zone. You can see how she has her eyes shut. That means that she doesn't care about what's around her. She doesn't care who's looking at her. She doesn't care about the room she's in. She doesn't care about any of that. So she's closing her eyes. She has her own little secret smile going on because of what she's hearing. She's letting the music go into her and sit there and make her feel something. And you can see she's got her supplies. She's ready. And that music is going in and it's about to come out. It's filling her head with ideas. And those ideas are about to just grow and create something beautiful. So this was accumulated from a couple of ideas from Pinterest as well. I never copy anything that I find on Pinterest. I always put a couple of things together. So I just want you to know, I don't really want you guys to copy things. But find something that helps you. Like, this is perfect idea. Right here, this is the girl. She has her eyes shut, and she's got her earphones on, and she's thinking. You can tell she's thinking, but there was some stuff about this I didn't like, so I didn't want to copy that. I wanted to do it on my own. And then there was a bunch of pictures of people that I liked that had flowers growing out of their head. To me, that means like you have so many ideas around in your head, you can't contain it. All they can do is just grow and grow and grow. And that's how I feel like my brain is all the time. I have too many ideas and there's not enough time to do them all. But just a little bit at a time. So I kind of take like 2 or 3 ideas from my pinboard and then I just kind of mix them together and make it my own idea. So that's what I keep my music up, ready to listen to, my pinboard, and then my space is very important for inspiration. So I was about to show you that in just a second. The third thing, I know I'm talking a lot, but oh well, I think you need it, is once you get in your happy place and once you surround yourself with inspiration, your head will be just swarming with ideas. But you can't do anything with that you're just going to be going all over the place making 800 things at a time. That's my problem, is I need to just make one thing and finish it. So here's what you have to do. You have to come into your quiet place and be ready to work, but you need to slow down. You need to get quiet, maybe turn your music on, maybe listen to it, think about what is it making you feel at that time, and be still and listen to your creative voice. What is it telling you to make right now? And I'm just talking personally about my art and my life. I am a Christian woman, and that's going to be really obvious when you see me working today or when you look at stuff in this room, because this is my space. This is where I can do what I want to do, and my faith is super important to me. So when I get to the point where I'm in my happy place, I'm surrounded with my inspiration, I stop and I just connect with something else. I just sit and I pray or I meditate, and I just ask the Creator. I ask my Creator, what do you want me to make right now? What do you want me to say? Because boys and girls, you might be shy and you might not be comfortable with talking all the time because you feel like you're going to make a mistake or people are going to look at you weird. Well, your art is your voice. And sometimes when I'm afraid to say something, I just draw it. And sometimes when I don't know what to say, I find someone with really good ideas, which to me is God, is my Creator, to give me ideas. I just pray, God, give me some ideas today. Flood my brain with making sense of all these ideas going on, and help me pull one out so that I can use it today. So if your brain tends to get cluttered and you don't know what to do, like you want to draw but you have no idea because you have too many ideas, be still and just stop and just think about it and meditate a little bit. Slow down. Then, to me, that's when the idea pops. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. So when I'm ready to go, when I'm ready to create, it just happens. And sometimes I feel like it's not even me, like something's taking over me and just making stuff, and it's just so fun. But it's hard to get to that point where you feel like that. And without slowing down and without getting inspired, you're just going to sit there and be like, I don't know what to draw. I don't know. That's not inspired. That's needing inspiration. You have to put a seed in order for something to grow. And that seed is ideas, color, surrounding yourself with inspiration, and then stopping and waiting for that seed to grow. You have to actually stop for a minute. Maybe you have to sketch during this time of focus and being still. Sketch something, do some little doodles. Then when you think you got the idea down, go. So boys and girls, I'm going to show you my art studio, and then I'll probably make another video that's going to talk about creating this next project, which is about music right now. So I just want to, I don't know how to do this. This is probably going to be not very beautiful, but I'll just kind of give you a glimpse of my art studio. So here's where you walk in the door right here from my kitchen. You walk in, and I told you when you've got your art space, you need to surround yourself with your supplies. Well, I have my supplies on 2 basic shelves, and I keep everything pretty much in color order because color is super important to me. When I need a certain color, I want to find that color. I want it to be available. So I kind of have like my paints and everything ready to go. They're in order, my paint brushes, my Sharpies, and just like I tell you in class, keep your Sharpies tipped down. Don't be a clown, keep them tipped down. My erasers, I got my sharpeners right here. In these drawers down here, I have like my crafts and hot glue guns and yarn and string. The ugly stuff, I kind of hide it away. And then here, again, I have my computer. And you'll notice on the walls I have, just like the classroom, I have a lot of my art, some of my favorite things I've done that really inspire me. I've got my computer here. Then over here I have another shelf with more supplies, my artwork, books that I've created, colored pencils. I haven't been using those much. I've been painting a little bit more. And you can use stuff for organization that's just old, like stuff that's in your garage. This is a old 7-Up box or just whatever. I've got my Sharpies down here. My favorite, actually they're not Sharpies, they're Bic markers. These are my favorite markers. They do really good. So that's that. And then over here I have some of my stuff I've been working on here, my paintings. And then I've got, and then I've also got this creative sign, and I didn't show you all over here. I hang these lanterns up, just like in the classroom. This is just like the classroom, but just a little teensy bit, more pink and different. So, and then this is kind of like, I was talking to y'all about Pinterest, a pin board. This is sort of a version of a pin board, but I just took an old crate. I don't even know what that's supposed to be for, bread or something in the grocery store, and I pinned my artwork on it. And a lot of it is personal. Like this one says, like I was talking about earlier, if you want to see God move, be still. So in your quiet time, when you're trying to figure out what you want to draw and you want to do something really special, you have to be still for just a little bit. And so there's that. And then also, if you can, find a place that's well lit with natural light. Because in the classroom, we're so blessed because we've got all those windows around us, and it gives us really good light. A lot of the times I like to turn off like the overhead lights and just use the window lights because it makes for a prettier picture. You can see the colors crisper and can tell what's going on a little bit better. Then I have my couch. That's usually where I sit to do my stuff, and it has a table in front of it to put all my stuff on, and an old sign. And then here is the last part here. Let me back up. This is the area where I keep all my paper and things that I just need to store away. And I have like up here, I don't use crayons that often, but I keep all my crayons in jars to keep them organized because, you get so many crayons and then the box will break or whatever. But that's pretty much it, I think. This is my happy place. This is where I like to create and do my thing. So I'm going to post another video later about the music project. So keep watching. And like I already told you guys, I really miss you guys. I miss your faces. And of course I had a great spring break, but I was not expecting it to be this long. And I just hope and pray that I'm going to be able to finish the year with you guys and in the classroom. Although this is kind of fun, I just really miss you guys. So know that I'm here wishing that we were together. Okay? All right, I'll post more later, and I love you guys. Keep drawing.